can see right now, without LeBron, Lakers are struggling.
Let me tell you about a team I hate, all right? I know the Dallas Cowboys fan is here, so I had to make sure he knew how much I hate this team.
I'm ready.
I've often said that the people who run baseball, they try very hard to ruin it.
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't have a problem saying it to his face. Oh, I'm from Brooklyn. Hey, guys, any...
This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
He was a giant, and he was a cowboy. Now these two former rivals have joined forces to bring you the most insightful, perceptive, and controversial sports talk podcast in America. Former Dallas Cowboys defensive end Jim Jeffcoat locks horns with former New York Giants wide receiver Byron Williams. And now, here's Byron Williams and Jim Jeffcoat.
Just see those sleigh bells jingling, ring, tingle, tingling too.
Hey, good evening.
Man, it's Christmas time.
It's Christmas time. Yes, it is.
We are getting close to Christmas.
Yes,
5 more days, bud.
Yeah, 5 more days. I got all these gifts here.
You do?
Yeah. My Juanita, she sent me a bunch of gifts.
Man, you such a spoiled baby.
I am spoiled. She spoiled me. I have to admit. She spoiled.
Wow, that's good. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank
I
you.
ain't getting no gift this year.
You didn't get no gifts?
I've been,
I've
been a naughty boy.
I see. I figured this out. I took a picture with Santa Claus.
Okay.
And it made like I was good. That's the Santa. You know the things I did, but can we forget about those things? And he said, "Oh, oh, oh, yes, we can. How much money you got in your pocket?"
Oh, man.
But you know what we're here to do is talk about football.
Football, week 15.
Yeah, and obviously we're going to talk about the Cowboys. They didn't play well.
Wow.
And what they did, and, you know, I have no excuse for it. As a former player, they just got beat up. I mean, they got took behind the woodshed, and just like it was said, they got a whooping back there.
They got a butt whooping. It's 3 and 4 on the road. So
yeah,
they got to learn to have the same perspective. I know it's easy to say that, but when you're on that road, it's no error for mistakes. What's up, Rick?
Rick was high. On it to that. They done got Rick fired up.
Oh, yeah.
About I didn't say anything, Rick.
Them Vikings, man, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for. They got a lot of 7-7 teams out there.
Yeah, there is. That's unusual to have this much balance in the NFL. But back to the Cowboys, you know, Buffalo they did it. They ran the ball 49 times. James Cook had a career day.
Yeah.
He was the AFC player of the week.
The week, yeah.
And he deserves to be. They didn't really need Josh Allen.
No,
the only question I had about that game is the safety came up and hit the receiver when he was up. Did you think that was should have been a flag?
Yeah, I think so.
You thought so?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad of a hit.
You don't think so?
It was a high ball, and he just hit the guy in the back. It wasn't a vicious hit.
I think now they're just trying to make the game just a little bit safer. Because if you look at all the teams throughout the league, it's been a lot of players on injury reserve.
And I agree, but that brings me to my next point. DeMonte Kazin for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
He was suspended for 3 games for a hit on a receiver for Indianapolis. Now, Tom Brady said this is ridiculous. He said it wasn't his fault. It was the quarterback, Gardner Minshew's fault for where he threw the ball.
You know what? I'm so glad that Tom Brady said something.
Yeah, he's right though,
and he's perfectly right because we do have there are quarterbacks out there now just hanging these guys up for dry, and you got to see the field, you got to see the coverages, and man, that's we saw Darryl Stingley get hurt in football long ago. Yes. But I'm saying since that happened, we always have had trying to protect receivers from going across the middle and having those shots. But I think Tom Brady was great saying what he said.
Yeah, because the Merry Christmas, Jason.
Merry Christmas, Jay.
Good to see you this evening. You and Rick is solid. But what my problem is all the rules are geared toward the offense, but none of them are geared to protect the defense.
Well, that's the way the game. That's just the way the game is. You got to base the rules around football. The side that has the ball is the side that you got to have. Make sure that the rules is geared to safety. Just think about that.
I don't have a problem with it, but when I played, and I don't know if they can still do it, they used to bring. San Francisco was notorious for this. They put the tight end out wide, and he motion and crack us as we're rushing the quarterback.
Yeah.
And those things.
Do they do that? Do they still do that now? They don't do that, do they?
No, it has to be in the tackle's box.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
So that's the thing that but they do have some plays where they get on those safeties and stuff, and you outweighing a guy 100 pounds. That can't be safe.
So think about this though, Jim. Usually the defensive linemen and defensive players got at least two steps head start on the offensive lineman. Don't you think that?
Unless you're what's his name? Lance Johnson from Philadelphia. He always has a step the way he moves before the snap.
Yeah, he's right on time.
Yeah.
That's right on time. He's an expert in drop backs.
But you can get hurt getting held too. If somebody jerks you the wrong way, it can mess up your back or your arm or your shoulders. And
a couple of weeks ago we talked about the drop tackle.
It is dangerous, but I mean, how do you tackle a guy like the running back for the Titans?
Now let's say Cooks, the running back for the Buffalo Bills that ran all over the Cowboys.
That's messed up.
229 yards. Oh man!
At least we weren't like the Giants, though. At least we weren't like Danny DeVito.
What you mean? The Giants? They took a hit too this week against the Saints.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did against the Who Dat Nation.
Them Who Dat Nation was on them, boy.
Yes, they were.
But I'm proud of the Giants. I mean, they try to fight every game. So that's what I appreciate. You can appreciate when your team is in it, and they play good physical football, and they usually be pretty tough to beat.
Well, the Cowboys, I don't know if it was as much as they didn't try to fight. I think they just didn't adjust to what was going on. I think the adjustments, I mean, just like you said, they went back to the old thing where they didn't move them. And somebody made a good point on when they're on the road, they can't do all the motion because they can't hear. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's true.
You know what? I'm here in Dallas, and we were looking at the news last week. I thought they were going to be more physically ready to play this game than before, because last week they were advertising they were playing with wet balls, cold balls, and they was preparing themselves for the rainy weather, and they knew what they were going to be faced up against. And I just thought they would play a more physical game. The defense didn't show up at all, Jim.
No, they didn't. But the thing is that when you go on the road, and everybody knows this, you got to be able to run the ball and play good defense. If you don't have those, you're not going to win very many games. And they always struggle playing defense on the road and running the ball. I don't care what level you at. You got to be able to run the ball because that's what Buffalo did.
Yeah, they ran the ball. Yeah,
they ran the ball and they played good defense.
What's good about the Cowboys' schedule? Back-to-back road games, and they face another 10 and 4 team this week, Miami Dolphins, and we can see if they are really for serious or not. If they can go down there and play hard.
You're right. They're going to have to play, and they haven't lost a game back-to-back this year.
Right.
But the thing all those things, but they're playing in a difficult place, and they're playing against a very dynamic offense. And if Tyreek Hill plays, they can't man.
Well, they said Tyreek Hill is going to be ready to go.
Yeah, I read that too. But they might have to drop tackle him just to make sure he ain't ready.
But this gonna tell us and define if the Cowboys really can go to the next level. If they can go down there and play a good game against the Dolphins.
That is true. But here's the interesting thing: none of their starting offensive linemen practiced today.
Why? They all hurt.
Hill. They all have some kind of bumps.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah, none of their starting offensive linemen practice. That's the first time I've ever heard of that.
Yeah.
And the one thing about Tyreek Hill with that ankle injury is, can he cut? Because that's why they said he didn't play last week against the Jets. They didn't need him.
Right. They wallowed themselves to victory last week.
Yeah, they even had the owner out there wilding.
He was out there.
He was wild. He was wild.
I thought that was.
I told you should have trademarked it.
Yeah, we should have trademarked it. Yeah, he need to trademark that though. We talked about it last year. We were wilding last year.
Yeah. We sure were.
But I'm glad Jalen stepped up and had a great game because Tyrese was out and it was time for somebody to step up.
Yeah. Game that I thought I wanted to ask your opinion on was Cincinnati, Minnesota, because we know Rick and Jason are huge Minnesota's fans.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that Cincinnati won that game because I had Cincinnati winning. But
I told you for some reason, ever since the last 4 or 5 years, the Cincinnati Bengals, the last 8 games of the season, they probably haven't lost too many games in the last 4 or 5 years. So this part of their schedule, I don't care who they playing, they might as well get ready to play a good physical game. And man, Cincinnati they just been winning a majority of their games at the end of the season. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew they would win as the season progressed. But I thought with Joe Burrow being injured, that it'd be a little bit more difficult for him.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's been playing. Minnesota's playing really good defense for the most part.
Yeah.
So there were a couple other games. There's always games you kind of wonder about. Obviously, the Eagles going to Seattle, which is difficult. I mean, and here's the thing. I know you don't agree with me.
You're gonna say they flew across the U.S.
They did, but you got to remember the game was at 7:15 here, so that's 9:15 in Seattle. That's 10:15 for the Eagles. So you're getting ready to start. If you're a basketball player, that's different. But for a football player, you don't do that very often.
Yeah. It's
10:15 at night trying to play a football game. A lot of guys are getting ready for bed.
So 10:15 Philadelphia time?
Yes.
When the game you started?
Yes.
Yeah, your body kind of shit down sometimes too. If you're not used to it.
And then Jalen Hurts was hurt.
Did he fly on a separate plane over there?
Yes, he flew on a separate plane.
What I heard.
And I'm not making excuses for him, and then with Slay out,
that hurt.
Really hurt.
That hurt. He's that cornerback that's got the C on his jersey. He's a captain, and He have been very successful.
Do you think? And then that brings me to our next point: is change DCs. Matt Patricia over the Sean Desai is his name.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think that? I don't think it's what I think the problem is the linebackers. They got the same issue the Cowboys do.
Yeah,
with the linebackers, but I thought that Patricia did all right. And you got to remember also that Seattle's starting quarterback is Geno Smith, and they brought in Drew.
Drew Lock, yeah. Drew Lock was so happy. He said he got his excitement back in life, which I was happy for him. And
he did. He took a shot at Jalen Hurts though.
Yeah, well,
at the end of the game, he said he was looking for Jalen Hurts, but I guess he was sick because he couldn't find him.
Yeah, he was. You could tell he was under the weather, but
yeah.
Quarterbacks usually try to go and greet each other after the game.
Yeah, they do.
Part of what they do.
They do. That's the next thing we were going to talk about, Rick. And you're right about that. What happened with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah,
is George Pickens. Did you hear about that?
What happened?
Running back was running to the end zone, and he could have made a block, and he turned and walked away because he said he didn't want to get hurt.
I ain't never heard of that.
He did say that though. He said, "I don't want to get injured."
What are these guys are thinking about now?
And then the worst thing I've ever seen since we brought up the Pittsburgh game was Najee Harris was running the ball, and there was a huge gap to the left. He ran straight up the guard's back. It was the worst. I'm like, what is going on? And my question is do you think Tomlin's lost that team? And he never loses a team.
He never, up to this point, he never have lost a team. But they are playing unfamiliar football. I mean, I don't, to lose to the Cardinals and then lose to
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
30-13.
And they were set up good to go into the playoff wild card. But man, when you ain't never seen Pittsburgh lose back-to-back home games, first of all.
Yeah.
And so hey TD.
Oh, you know TD?
Yeah, I know TD. She helped me with some football camps and everything. She's from Oklahoma. She was an Oklahoma lady and loved football.
Okay, welcome TD. Glad to have you. So that's the thing is what bothers me, and maybe we're just old school, but when guys tell you they're going to quit because they don't want to get hurt, I mean, that's not how you play football. You always take a chance of getting injured.
Well, those are the kind of guys you need to go ahead and put on the practice roster, or you get them up out of there.
That's what I say. I mean, because football's still going to be a violent game.
Yeah.
Regardless of how safe they try to
make it. How can you dictate if you're going to get hurt or not?
Yeah, that's what he said. Some player got hurt, and he said that he didn't want to be the next player. So he said he saw somebody blocking. I'm like,
I was going to ask
this issue.
Yeah. I was going to ask CD, what's her favorite team? It's the Cowboys. I don't know who she cheer for.
Who do you cheer for, TD?
But yeah, I can't see if a guy saying that he don't want to get hurt.
Yeah, but that's what he said. So, well,
we're gonna convert most of those players to the All-Star game.
Oh man.
48ers. She said the 48ers.
48ers, 49ers. We're gonna TD. Come on.
They would get the Cowboys.
Start off that way, huh? We got to start off that way. I thought we were having a good talk and everything, getting to know each other. Then you're gonna hate on the Cowboys like that. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
The game is gonna go on. You better not even hate the game. Gotta hate some of them players out there. Because they talking about some of them trying to quit.
I know that bothers me. That
Wow.
bothers me. Chicago at Cleveland. It was a good game. I watched it. I could watch all the games.
I said Cleveland gonna win. I think I would probably. I think
Cleveland.
Yeah, I think I said I like Cleveland.
Yeah, but here's the thing. At the end of the game, the receiver from Chicago had an opportunity to win the game. He was on the ground, and all he had to do was grab it.
Yeah.
And the game's over, and Chicago wins. Justin Fields is getting better.
One of the things you got to always say is a football always take a funny bounce.
Yeah. So
that was one of those times.
Yeah, she's on the sideline with the 49ers?
I guess she is.
Oh, okay. But you're right. It did take a funny bounce, but that would have been the game.
Oh, yeah. It was. They had the game in hand, really. That was a good situation.
And then how about Tampa Bay beating Green Bay in Green Bay?
That was a shock for me. That was a shock because I thought Green Bay was going to play good at home. But, man, Mayfield, he was on point.
So TD is on the field, sidelines with the Cowboys, but she's a 49ers fan. Wait till I tell Mr. Jones about
that. That don't even make sense to me. So she talking she 49ers fan, then she talking about the Cowboys?
She's on the sideline with the Cowboys. We're going to get this corrected.
She might be talking about, she might be one of them fair weather fans. When the Cowboys win, she's talking, yeah, Cowboys. David Moore showed up. Yeah. When the Cowboys win, everybody's on that bandwagon. But you know what? I was walking in the store today, and this lady had a black eye. I said, "Are you a Cowboy fan?" She said, "Yeah, my husband whooped me."
Oh my goodness! Wow, they that serious?
Yeah, it's serious out here, man. I'm telling you, serious.
Yeah, wait till I tell Mr. Jones. He ain't gonna let, because I'm his son. I'm his illegitimate son. So wait till I tell him about you, TD. We're gonna get this right.
You want to be on the sideline? Man, it's dangerous on that sideline down there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield, he showed out.
He had a great game.
There was some good games.
I'm happy for Baker though, man.
Yeah. I look just like
you look like Jerry Jones.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I know y'all eat in the same restaurants. I know that.
Yeah, we do.
So Baker Mayfield, man, I'm glad for Baker Mayfield.
Me too. I am glad for him.
Yeah.
Because he had and to do it in Green Bay.
Yeah.
That's
hard. That's hard.
Is that the worst division in football though, the NFC South?
NFC South right now is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is.
Everybody beating up on them.
Yeah. But they are. I mean, you see it.
Tampa Bay right now is leading that division.
Yeah. Ooh, number 19, David Moore from the Bucks made that TD.
Yeah.
I ain't blaming no weather. You know that. Rick, I don't, hey, we got beat up. We got bullied, Rick.
Well, y'all had prepared for the wet balls.
Yeah, we did. But Rick, you know how that bullying in school, every time I was taught that if you fighting a big bully, bring a bigger stick. And obviously the Cowboys didn't bring a big enough stick.
The guy who used to serve president of the NFLPA named Isaiah Robinson played for the Rams. Yeah, for the Rams. He said, "You know what you do with a bully?" I said, "What you do with a bully? You hit him right in the mouth."
Yep. Once they taste their own blood, they kind of think and look at you. Yeah. I never forget when I was a kid, my dad's talking about everybody saying, "Well, you hit me first." He said, "You hit him as hard as you can," and they're gonna say, "Well, you hit me first." That's right, because you told me to.
Yeah.
Oh man, they were sick before that. TD, they were sick before that. They got off there. Rough Buff is a tough place to play. TD.
Oh, they blaming the pizza. The cat. It's my first time hearing that.
Oh, they said that they got sick off some pizza, but they were already sick because remember they were sick during the week. Micah Parsons and a couple of them, but I don't think that was it.
But let me tell you something. Buffalo and Cincinnati, this time of the year, those two teams they hard to beat at home. I'll be honest.
Buffalo, man, it's only one way in, one way out.
Yeah, I know you know.
People start coming in on Thursday. They bring them RVs from Canada and all over the place. That's very true, Rick.
Yeah,
That's very true, and that was proven on Sunday.
Yeah.
Once they hit the Cowboys in the mouth, everything went out the window. I was telling it earlier in the day. I was telling about Barry Sanders.
Uh-huh.
And then it was Otis Anderson one time against us. And that's the most depressing thing when you can't stop the run.
I'm telling you. You know, you trying to figure it out, and next thing you know, they done popped a 20-yard run on you. You know, it's devastating.
And it is. It really is.
They call that the momentum. Once that momentum going, it's hard to stop.
Because coaches over there, they yelling and screaming, players like, what is happening? And it's just not a good feeling.
But that's one thing I was going to ask you about, Jim. What do you think about the Dallas linebackers?
I think they got issues. When they lost Van Der Esch,
I
think that hurt them because they don't have any big guys. They got a big guy they got from Tennessee, but they don't even play him. But you're right. That does make that's where their issues are in their linebacking core. And that's, if you notice, a lot of teams, the best team in the NFL right now is the 49ers.
Yeah.
And the 49ers have two really good linebackers. Warner.
Smart. They fill the gaps. They know when to run. They read.
Big.
They read the coverages. They do everything.
Yeah, and they're big. So most teams don't have that.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with the Cowboys. They're playing with converted safeties as linebackers. They got one, but he's young. The kid from LSU, Damon Clark. So those things are hurting them right now against physical teams.
Yeah.
They go on there. If you look at it, teams that could stick with the run give them issues. They don't really. This week is going to be interesting because they can't play man against Miami. They got to play a zone because Tyreek Hill will or destroy you trying to play man. Who wants to keep up with him? And Waddle, they tried to play man against Waddle, and you saw what happened.
But the only thing will help the Cowboys this week, they're going to have to put pressure on Tua. You know, he got to put.
Everybody says that, but Tua gets rid of the ball pretty fast.
Oh yeah, he's a timing quarterback. He definitely on time with the balls.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think the Cowboys can win because for whatever reason, Miami struggles against teams with winning record. You know that.
Oh yeah. So
I don't understand why because they're so explosive.
I can see this game being a track meet.
I could do that. I can see that too.
Yeah.
But if the Cowboys can't run the ball, it ain't gonna be a track. They're gonna get run out of there. They got to be able to run the ball to offset because it's easy to play a one-dimensional team.
Yeah, I was trying to see if Pollard have had how many 100-yard rushing games have he had this year?
I don't think he had any.
I know one game he had 79.
Yeah,
back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But let's we'll come back to that. Let's get to our because Jason and Rick, you know what they're waiting for. They're waiting for the games and who we think is going to win. And the first game is Thursday night, and it's actually not a bad game. It's New Orleans against Los Angeles.
They both 7-7. 7-7.
Rams, yeah.
They both they finished start playing for the wild cards.
Yeah, we got the picks, Rick. Yeah. So I'm going with Los Angeles. Los Angeles is playing good, and I just don't trust Derek Carr.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. That game, I'm going with the rookie of the year receiver, Puka.
Yeah.
I'm going with him.
Who you got, Rick? I mean, who you got, Jason? I know you're there.
I'm going with the Rams. Me and Rick going with the Rams.
Yep, I'm going with the Rams too. 4 is a lot of points, though. That's unusual. So that means they got to win by 7 or 5.
Jason, he went to sleep on us or what?
Jason went to sleep.
Jay, what's up, man?
TD went with the Rams.
TD went with the Rams. Go on, TD. So far, everybody gonna pick the Rams.
Yeah. Okay, we got Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Cincinnati's 8-6, Pittsburgh 7-7.
Man, this is a
They're
must.
starting Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph, man. Oh,
It is
Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Who you going with?
You know,
I'm going with Cincinnati. I'm standing on that bandwagon.
I'm going with Pittsburgh at home. They got to do better than they did last.
You going with Cincinnati?
Rick going with Cincinnati. You and Rick on the same page.
Rick know what side his bread is buttered on. I might miss one or two. I'm pretty good.
Oh, whatever. That's because you don't do it. You don't play the lines like they make me play on Sunday. That's cheating. Guess who's winning? Jack.
TD, who you picking, TD?
Who you picking, TD?
Cincinnati or Pittsburgh?
TD might have went to sleep too.
She over there, they drinking the same soup. Her and Jason.
Yep. Okay, we got Cincinnati. Pittsburgh not doing what she's right, but I just can't do it. Mike Tomlin can't go out like that.
I'm kind of thinking they gonna get that home cooking.
And after that embarrassing thing by Pickens and Najee Harris.
But this is like 3 weeks in a row for Pittsburgh.
No,
they look bad.
He's never lost 4 games in a row, I think.
Yep.
So I just got to go with Pittsburgh.
And then 3 games at home be like devastating. Three losses at home in a row.
Yeah, they would.
Okay,
we got Buffalo at the Los Angeles Chargers. Buffalo's favorite. Ooh,
I'm going Buffalo.
I got to go with Buffalo after.
Jim, Buffalo, Rick, Buffalo. Rick. You got to put a Rick. I'm naming it for you.
TD, who you got?
TD might go with the Bills.
Rick got the Bills. Jason went to sleep.
Jason gone to sleep.
TD. Oh, here he is. Jason. We've been making the picks.
She going with the
Chargers. Oh,
they got a new coach over there. TD, I'm sorry.
Jason, we're on picks, man.
Jason, he's over there eating dinner or something.
He must be.
Yeah.
Lindsay made him take out the garbage or something.
He's walking the dog.
Yeah, she made him walk the dog. Yeah, there you go. Buffalo at the Chargers, Jason. We already made it. I'm going with Rough Buff.
Everybody going with Buffalo except TD.
Yeah. Although Giff Smith, their new coach, was a D-line coach. I know him really well. Good man.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a really good man. Did you know that Kellen Moore turned the job down? They wanted him to be the interim coach.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he turned it down. He didn't want them to mess with him for next year. Oh, she's trying to motivate him.
Oh, rapping that president.
Yeah. He's rapping.
You know what?
President.
He probably don't see no future with the. He probably sees a lot of internal problems with the Chargers, and he don't want to, just in case if he can't go in and turn the last 3 or 4 games with the Chargers, that means ain't nobody else gonna offer him a head coaching job.
That's true.
Because he was getting a lot of attention the last couple of years.
And they're going to think also, well, I know he doesn't now, but Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Having Justin Herbert, and Justin Herbert wasn't as good as everybody said he was this year.
I think he just got hurt, and I think they lost him a lot of momentum the first 8 games. And he still had a couple of key receivers hurt.
Yeah. But he also might be focusing on that new quarterback, too, to help him, and he couldn't do that if he was the head coach.
Yeah.
That might be a possibility. Indianapolis at Atlanta. I'm going to go with the Colts. Although they got Atlanta, Indianapolis is 8-6, and Falcons, I'm sorry, in Atlanta. Falcons are 6-8.
6-8.
And they got the Falcons favored in this game.
Well, I think I have to go with the home team this game. I'm going with ATL.
I'm going to go with the Colts. Rick and Jason and TD.
I'm going with the Falcon. Beat up.
Yeah, I like you, Rick. And he's going with the Falcons. TD is going with the Falcons.
Yeah, she going with me.
Yeah.
She know what side her bread is butter on. What about Jason? Jason went to sleep or something, man.
No, he's wrapping presents for his wife.
Oh, he can't. How can you wrap a present when you got 2 left hands? You got to know how to do the tape. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Jay.
Get off my guy, man.
Yeah.
You know that the Cincinnati-Pittsburgh game and the Buffalo Chargers game is on Saturday.
That's right. They you know what I try to tell everybody this. When college season's over with, that's the NFL hit that Saturday schedule. So what game is Saturday?
Cincinnati and Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And Buffalo and the Chargers. They got 2 games.
Okay, got it.
And Indianapolis is the first game on
Sunday.
Yeah. Now here's an interesting one, and this might be more tougher than that. First of all, okay.
Who's our friend, secondary coach? Where?
Steve Jackson at Atlanta.
Okay. She knows some people.
Yeah. Okay, we got.
She know all those Oklahoma guys as well.
Okay, my daughter, went to Oklahoma. They basketball there, but Seattle versus Tennessee in Nashville.
In Nashville, Tennessee. Well, they said Geno is coming back this week.
Geno's coming back, and Tannehill's going to start for Tennessee.
Oh, I ain't going with Tennessee if Tannehill.
Derrick Henry didn't run well last week, or he has negative yards.
What's up with that?
I'm going to go with Seattle.
Okay, you with Seattle. Okay. Ricky's going with the Hawks.
Jason's going with Seattle.
Jason going with Seattle? Okay.
I'll go for Jason. How about TD? What did she go with?
She might go with Tennessee, knowing her.
She wants to see
everybody got on with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Seahawks.
Okay. Here's another good game, a 12 o'clock game. Detroit versus Minnesota. Detroit is 10-4, and it's at Minnesota, and Minnesota is 7-7.
I'm going with Detroit.
You going with Detroit?
Mm-hmm.
Detroit's not very good on the road.
Okay. That's what I'm going with.
I'm going with Detroit. No, I'm going with Minnesota. I got to go with Minnesota.
Rick, you ain't even got to tell us who you go. We know who you go
Rick,
with.
yeah, we know who Jason's going for.
Rick and Jason going with the Vikings too?
Woo! TD's going for.
I'm the lone wolf. Woo! I'm the only one going with Detroit. Are y'all serious right now? Detroit is... Detroit gonna blow them up.
Yeah, but they lost to Chicago twice.
Let me tell you something. The Vikings don't have a quarterback.
No, they don't.
Detroit by 20. That's Matt.
Nah, I'm gonna go with Minnesota.
Okay. You
Special.
want the home team. I guess me and Mac got Detroit.
Yeah. Here we go with Washington
And the
versus
Jets.
New York Jets. The Washington is
You know what?
5-10, and the Jets are 5-9.
How do you come off being an MVP the previous week and then go down and play a game, don't score a point?
Nick Chubbs, or not Nick Chubb, Bradley Chubbs. It gave him a concussion.
Wow.
That's a tough one to pick, though. Washington's Jets are favored in this game. I can't see that. It goes with the Jets.
I think one of the things I want to say about Washington, I think they're real close in finding the coach.
Oh, I do too.
Because they've been so disappointing. This has been a very disappointing year.
I'm going with them this game. I think they can win this. I think Sam Howell's a better quarterback.
You said 9-7. They're gonna finish 9-7.
No, that's going to be the score of the game.
Oh, 9-7.
I think, yeah.
I'm going with the Jets.
See, TD, I'm with you. Robert Saleh's coaching is not very good. I'm gonna go with Washington.
I'm not. Okay, TD going Washington. Jim going Washington.
Rick went with the Jets.
Yeah, me and Rick with the Jets.
Jason is going with the Jets.
Jason with the Jets. Okay. Cool.
Okay, we got
Jim and TD with the Washington Commandos.
Yeah. Got Green Bay. Huh. Interesting.
Green Bay.
Green Bay versus, make sure I'm right, the Carolina Panthers. No, I just know how Jason thinks. I've been around Jason. Me and Jason were workout partners in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning, we're out there grinding. So I kind of got a feel of how he thinks.
Well, evidently one of y'all in shape, the other not in shape. So yeah. I ain't gonna say what you want.
My friend Jason like that.
I did get a chance to play golf with him, so
yep.
So Green Bay, unfortunately, Rick said Green Bay
over Carolina.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go with Green Bay too.
Well, that new coach down there, way Green Bay played last week. They just got their butt whooped at home against Tampa Bay.
They should win this game, and TD went with Green Bay. She said the Panthers are doing bad.
I'm going with the Panthers.
They ain't gonna win 2 games in a row. You don't think? All right.
Why not?
That's it. That is bad when tickets are $4. Did you hear that? They were selling tickets for $4.
Who?
The Panthers, just trying to get people in the stadium. It was raining like crazy.
Well, maybe they were thinking they want to give away a Christmas gift or something.
I don't think so. They didn't have nobody at the game. At the beginning of the game, there were only 2 people up there.
I ain't never heard of that before.
Yeah, $4 a ticket. But I'm gonna go with Green Bay.
You go with Green Bay, okay. TD.
Although you know what, Carolina's defense is not that bad.
I'm going with Carolina. They're at home.
Yeah. Cleveland Browns at the Houston Texans. Both are Cleveland is 9-5.
Yeah.
Houston is 8-6. Cleveland is favored in this game.
I'm going Flacco.
I'm gonna go with Houston. The Texans.
Okay, you go with Houston. Okay.
Because they got my boy starting, Case Keenum.
Case Keenum can't throw up.
Case Keenum is the
Case Keenum was messing up so bad. He was lucky that their defense helped them win that game.
Rick has the Browns. I take the Texans. He's him. Case Keenum is him.
Are you serious?
Yes. I'm going with Texans.
Maybe he needed that game on his belt. I wasn't impressed with him last week.
Case Keenum was the reason we were so good at the University of Houston. He broke every NCAA record.
I agree with that. I remember that. He was a hell of a college quarterback. But evidently he's been sleeping. He's been sleeping on the
and I can't believe Rick turned on him. He helped Minnesota win.
Go with the Browns. TD go with the Browns.
Yep. Okay, we got Jacksonville versus Tampa Bay. Jacksonville's 8-6 and Tampa Bay's 7-7. Tampa Bay is actually favored. There's Trevor Lawrence probably is not going to play. He's still in concussion
protocol. I just can't see the Jaguars losing. But Tampa Bay played a good game last week against Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they might have some momentum going. And I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay just because they're at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. But did you see what Rick said? One of the biggest plays in Vikings history, Case Keenum. We were undefeated until he got hurt against UCLA. Case Keenum is really good. He's really smart. But
I ain't saying he was smart. He was rusty, I guess. But maybe when I saw him,
he hadn't played in a while.
Yeah, he was probably rusty. Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay.
I'm going with Baker Mayfield at home.
Yes,
are you going with the Jags?
Huh?
Are anybody going with the Jaguars?
Nobody went with the Jags.
Okay. All Tampa Bay. Evidently, Tampa Bay must have been very impressive going to Green Bay last week.
That was very impressive.
Yeah.
It might have saved Todd Bowles' job.
Might have, because he was in the hot seat.
Yeah. We got Arizona Cardinals, because if anybody's going to watch this game, Chicago Bears. The Bears are favored in it.
Yeah. Well, the Bears, I think the Bears coming around.
Yeah, I do too.
So
I like Justin Fields and what he's doing. He's getting better.
Yeah.
And they're not good. They're 5-9, but they should have won that game last week. I'm gonna go with the Bears. The Bears.
I'm going with the Bears.
Rick is going with the Bears.
Rick is going with the Bears.
Jason's going with the Bears.
Jason going with the Bears. Ain't nobody go with the Cardinals, I guess.
TD, what you going with?
TD, you don't know football.
But she going with Bears.
She
going with the Bears.
So nobody go with the Cardinals.
Nobody's going with it.
Dang.
Woo!
TD going with the Bears.
Dallas Cowboys versus the Miami Dolphins, 2 10-4 teams. And the Dolphins are favored by -1.5.
Well, what I figured, since I met Mike, had a long talk with Mike McCarthy, and I'm thinking that they are not going to lose 2 in a row. I'm going with the boys.
This is a hard one for me because they're not very good on the road. Actually, they score less points on the road. They're at home, they lead the league. But on the road, they give up 157 and they only score 154 on the road in the last 2 years. But I'm gonna go with them. But
who you going with?
I'm going with the Cowboys.
Hey Jim,
everybody went with the boys.
Guess what, Jim?
What?
I'm 100% on calling the Cowboys game. 100% this year.
And you called the Cowboys for this game?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I said the Cowboys gonna win. I knew that. I said the Bills last time. I said the 49ers. So
Jason's back.
You're picking the Rams.
Jason, we way past the Rams, bro.
Rams was so long ago.
Yep. I gotta look and see who the Rams were playing.
They play the Saints tomorrow
They're
night.
playing the Saints, yeah.
They play Thursday night football.
But I picked the Rams. I think everybody picked the Rams.
Yeah, yeah.
But Jason, you got to catch up, man. We're on the Cowboys in Miami. New England versus the Denver Broncos.
I'm going with the home team.
Denver Broncos are home.
I'm going with the Denver Broncos.
With the Broncos.
Huh?
I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Yeah, I just think, okay, you go with the Broncos.
Rick and TD and Jason.
One thing about the New England Patriots, they hadn't been a good road team either.
That is true. That is true. And it's hard to play in Mile High Stadium. I used to live up there when I worked at the University of Colorado.
Oh, that area stand up there.
Yeah, it is. It burns your lungs. You got to get used to it. Everybody's going with the Broncos.
Everybody going with the Broncos.
Jason going with since Jason.
Jason, wait, man, hold up, Jason. Time out. Wait a minute. Time out. Are you asleep? You still walking the dog or what? Come on. I can't believe you, Jason. Cincinnati.
Hey, bro.
Cincinnati playing Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is at home. So he go.
He's just catching up.
Hey, Jason, thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jason, for picking, man. Appreciate it.
He's just catching up. I had Pittsburgh, which I'm nervous about. Okay, we got Las Vegas against Kansas City.
Man, Kansas City. Man, let me tell you something. Las Vegas done scored all 8 points. They did that last week.
No, but the problem is who gonna catch the ball for Kansas City?
No, they'll find somebody to catch the ball.
They got
Rice gonna catch the ball from SMU. Yeah, Jason is drinking again. Hey, Jason, you better get off that wagon. You on that wagon?
So Rick got KC. I'm going with KC, but it's going to be a tougher game than people ever imagined.
Man, I'm going with KC all day at home.
He goes with KC. Jason is with Jason has Carolina.
Hey, Jason said Buffalo. Hey, man, I'm telling you, you know what? Making is a terrible thing. Sometimes a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Listen, you better wake up over there.
Jason on his own. He's doing his own agenda.
Cincinnati, Buffalo, Tennessee,
Vegas and the Raiders. Vegas and the Chiefs are on Monday night. They got 3 Monday night games this week.
Man, who's gonna watch all them different games?
Oh, you know what? It's Christmas.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They got one at 12, one at 3:30, and one
tonight.
Yes. So it's
that
Christmas.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Because then they got the New York Giants against Philadelphia.
Of a white Christmas.
Just like
the one
I used to know.
So the Giants are going to win on Christmas or what?
No. No.
Let me get up. Let me wake up.
I got Philadelphia. I got the Eagles.
The Giants, I don't think they ain't beat the Eagles in a while.
No, it's kind
they
of
hadn't beat them in a while.
They haven't beat the
Cowboys. I had to go with the Eagles, man, because Eagles.
Wow, Rick called them the midgets.
Said the Eagles. I mean, the Giants flew, huh?
He called the Giants the midgets.
Yeah, they did lose. I'm
going to tell you something though, and mark my words, the Giants are going to be a threat next year.
Yeah, going into the third season of the Coach of the Year from last year, I agree.
Yeah, I had to work with these high school championship games. But who do you have for the Giants and the Eagles?
Giants and Eagles.
TD.
She used to be a Giant fan.
She did?
Yeah. I don't know what she She working
Now,
on that.
49ers fan working for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
What?
I'm going with the Giants.
Is she one of those we used to have in the middle of our locker room?
She going with the Eagles. She going with the Eagles.
We used to have in our middle locker room this big wagon.
What
we had
else?
people jumping on and jumping off.
Bandwagon.
Well, yeah. Fair weather fans, bandwagon fans.
So I'm the only one going with the Giants. Okay. Everybody's going.
Oh, you going with the? Well, it is your team, so.
Everybody's going with the Eagles.
Game of the week: Baltimore versus the 49ers.
The 49ers.
So who would you take? It's in San Francisco, and they're both 11-3.
They're both 11-3. This might be it might be what? Now this might be just a premiere of the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
might be.
It might be. The
I'm
last
taking
time
the
they were in the Super Bowl, we
I
know
think
who won.
The 49ers will win this game by 3 points.
You think so?
I just told you.
Wow. Rick has the San Francisco.
Byron got San Francisco. Rick got San Francisco.
Here's something that's interesting is that Lamar Jackson, you could have had him for 2 draft picks last year. Nobody wanted him. Now, everybody's talking about the MVP. He might be the MVP of the league.
Right now, yeah. If they close it down today, up to this point, he would be him and Chris McCaffrey.
Yeah. Or the quarterback, Purdy.
Yeah, Purdy. He got a higher quarterback rating.
I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going with the Ravens.
Okay, you going with the Ravens. Okay. So me and Rick got the 49ers. Who else?
TD had the 49ers. Jason
probably back down the Chargers or somebody.
Jason's got DeSoto.
Duncanville. Who you got? Stock, Duncanville, DeSoto, Alito. Which one you got? He on high school. He on high school term.
Gunner is a 2-time where he lives at, where we were, is 2-time champions.
Congratulations.
Gunter, 2-time champions. And it's only got, I think they only had 300 in their graduating class.
Yeah, it's not that big of a school.
No, it's not that big, but that's pretty impressive.
But it's growing up that way. That whole area is growing.
Yeah, yeah.
I just talked to LaMichael James. He got into the College Hall of Fame last week. He's from my high school, and I congratulated him. He lived in Prosper.
Yeah, I know. He went to your high school, Liberty Elu in Texarkana.
It's I-Lo. Liberty.
I-Lo. Liberty.
So
and they were some great games, TD.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, TD, for all you do out there.
Yes, yes.
You're a big Cowboy fan, big football fan.
Yeah, she a 49ers fan. Wait till I tell Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones, what's going on? He's like, what you doing, Jim? What you talking about? So that woman over there, she a 49ers fan. And I will see him next week because Jimmy is getting inducted to the Ring of Honor. So
you gonna go out there on the field with him?
Yep. Yeah. So
that's good. Congratulations, Jimmy. You well deserved.
He's a good man. He's a good man. But hey, some good games this week, as always.
Christmas time.
Yep, and it's Christmas time. Happy holidays. Happy Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yes.
Listen, we got to get you back up to speed. You've been drinking too much eggnog, so we got to get you up to speed.
You way behind speed, bro. What's going on? Your broadband ain't on.
I got to talk to Mr. Jones about getting TD a raise. So
I'm doing the Waller. They got the Cowboys.
Did you see the owner? He wilding. He was wilding. Hey, but I will say hi to you. Okay, you're on the right. I definitely will say hi to you. Yeah, but hey, thank you, Rick. It's always having you and Jason, and now TD. You got to keep coming back. But
yeah, once you get on, you can't be.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
come on back.
But hey, it's great having you guys, and you make the show. we're just here.
Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry
Christmas and Happy New Year's. We'll be here for New Year's. We'll be next week. So
absolutely.
All right. Have a good evening.